So we anticipated some downward momentum in the market from our last video. However, seeing like the dollar going down as well as cryptocurrency going down, I feel the market is being heavily manipulated right now. But welcome everybody to Crypto Angles podcast number 63. My name is Kelita Sahliah. If you're new, I'm a mother, a real angel, and of course I dabble in crypto. This is why you are here. So if you are new, we combine astrology of the sky with the crypto market to see how it may or may not be impacting it. I have a very right brained approach when it comes to technical analysis and stuff. So, welcome if you are new. So, as I said, this is astrology of the sky. It's not mainstream tropical astrology, so some placements will be different. So, keep that in mind. But let's get into it anyway. If you are new, we usually look at the astrological story, what's happening this cycle. Where are we? Here? Here? I don't know. Here. Yeah, and then the technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP, and the DXY. Sometimes we take a look at some Gematria connections. We will get back into that soon, but not in this video. So within this cycle, anyway, we are going from the 7th to the 13th of July. We are still in our new moon phase. We are still in our moon phase, of course. So we are in the resistance level, price literally finding its resistance, and it seems a bit clear now that price has found its resistance. But I just want to say we are still in this energy up until Wednesday, so keep that in mind as well. If you remember in my last video when I was talking about the volatility within the market because of these water elements, I mentioned Mercury entering into Cancer being water, and I says air, especially if like it's very windy and it can make the seas roar. Okay, so that's why it's like I was seeing volatility, as well as Neptune stationing retrograde in Pisces as well, offering more of that water element. To make sure the mic's still on, offering more of that water element, so more volatility in the market because cryptocurrency is water based. So yeah, I just wanted to bring us back to that because the market has been pretty volatile. It has, and it's only going to pick up with its volatility anyway, as Venus is entering into Cancer. So, and again, it's more water element coming in there. Venus represents the whole material reality, basically. So, it does cover money as well as love, but we're focused on money over here right now. So, basically, within our material reality, we're entering into this water phase. So I feel for me, I'm just seeing that's amplifying Mercury being in Cancer, Neptune. It's just amplifying the volatility in the market. Mars going into Taurus. I'm not really seeing this playing much of an impact, but you can probably say my Mars represents our drive and our passion. So when it comes to how astrology may impact our decisions when it comes to investing into the market. And of course, I am not a financial advisor and I am not giving financial advice. And this is, I guess, for entertainment purposes only. But Taurus, again, it represents the material just like Venus, as Venus fuels Taurus. So when it comes to our drive and passion and the decisions and influences, it's going to be like a practical drive and passion. So, for example, you may get more impulses to um, put more action into the crypto market, like you're physically doing it in your reality, basically. Even if you've been seeing some of my videos, sorry, I've hit the mic twice. If you've been seeing any of these videos or any other crypto videos, it's only ever been like a thought. You're definitely going to put in more action in the material reality, which to me signals even more I wouldn't say volatility. Well, yeah, it would like add to the volatility, but Taurus is definitely more sturdy. So it's like whatever actions are being taken when it comes to the crypto market, it's definitely going to be more for longer term goals and for more stability. So whatever actions you do, that's what it's going to be for. So the way the crypto market will move, with all the volatility in the water, it's still going to start moving a way of it's creating its stability. Okay, so even though this pullback I do see a bit manipulated, however, it's still quite healthy for this stable long-term goal. And of course, at the end of the cycle on Saturn's day, we're getting our third quarter moon. I need to sneeze. I can't pause the video. I can't even. Oh, it's gone. Anyway, we're getting our third quarter moon. So after the end of this cycle, the market will begin to transition into finding its new support as we move into this full moon energy. So after this cycle, we are going to be into solidifying and confirming the actual support in the market. So that is what I am seeing here. Make sure if you like this part, before we get into the technical analysis, you hit that subscribe button and the like button and help your girl out, support your girl, leave a comment. But anyway, let's get into the technical analysis. Anyone who wants that calendar, it is available. It's a buy one get one free deal with a discount, so use it if you would like. There's physical and digital copies available, so get what you'd like. I want to just come back quickly again to this chart, because of course we are in July, but we've had downward momentum so far. So but of course, with a presidential election year, we're seeing more upward momentum within the market. So what I'm kind of seeing, especially for August anyway, what I'm generally seeing is, when it comes to the month, I personally feel we're going to get a wick. So just looking on the monthly candle, as look how clean and neat this looks. I did clean up my chart a little bit, people. Do you like it? Give me a round of applause. Celebrate me. Anyway, making sure the mic's still on. I've got two mics, but I think this battery is going to go soon. Anyway, shit, what was my point? Yeah, July. So basically, this is already the July candle. We've had this wick down, and I personally feel coming to the end of the month, we may see this reverse. So it would just look like, just on the monthly candlestick, it may look like a wick down, and then but then it will turn purple. Obviously my color candles are purple and gray, but the standard ones are red and green. But that's basically what I'm seeing on the monthly candle coming. Okay. Oh gosh, I've clicked the wrong thing. Coming back to this picture, I wouldn't be surprised just having that super wick down, like with. Are you okay? Oh dear me, that super wick down. And then it's like going the opposite direction. We just get a wick basically, and I feel that that's what it is doing. And going back to the Bitcoin stock to flow model, I was talking about this red area, how it seems to have that little extra dip, like the little arrow things go on it, but just try and look here. It had that little tiny dip down and then went up after it squiggled a bit in the red. So it's like that's what we're doing now. We've come into the red, went up a teeny bit like it did there, and then we're having that extra dip down. So I'm anticipating seeing like this part coming when it's ready, potentially the end of July. We get that bit up. It goes up and then it will eventually begin to turn orange. So that's kind of what I am seeing. I do feel there is manipulation. So it's like, how low will they make it go? Or are we going to have a full deeper correction? Because again, just looking at this, we're trading in here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if it's gonna do this full squiggle drawing that I did, but it retesting here is actually healthy. It's wick to it. It's healthy. Basically, it's done like a whole break and not even a full retest. But sometimes Bitcoin doesn't do that. in terms of retesting exactly where it's been. Well, it does it eventually, like it came back down, gosh, to 15k after breaking out. Yeah, it did here pretty much, just a little, well, to here anyway. But on like the shorter term, it doesn't do it. Sometimes it can get away with not doing it, Bitcoin basically. So it retesting this zone anyway was healthy, but I'm not gonna call out it retesting to this blue line. Like I says, we are still in our new moon phase up until Wednesday. So if we have some mad volatility at the beginning of the cycle, before we not even just the beginning of the cycle, because ultimately we're going to get ready to find our support. So I'm not seeing big movements or like high upward momentum really at the beginning or even middle of July until we've found our support, and we could get extra volatility literally at the end of July, giving us a different candle. So just looking on the smaller time frames, so when it comes to like the MACD, it's showing there is some room for the downside. Again, on this weekly one, it seems as if we definitely could do with a little bit of recovery. And yeah, it's going to be interesting because again, I've had this red line, but we broke through the red line. We broke through it. So it's clearly had some relief from what it's done already. But the MACD on the W time frame is definitely showing it could go down a little bit further, especially because we need our full moon. Let me put the moons on so you can see. I'm going to go down. No, let me hide the moons. Just so I can show you this. We've wicked down to this level. What? It was 52k? Yeah, 53k we came back down to. So I feel as we need to find our support, I feel we're going to entertain this level a bit more. So when we go on the daily, it will look a bit clearer, but I do feel we're going to entertain this level a bit more, and we need to hold this level. When we take a look at the daily, we can clearly see it was a break and a retest. So getting rejected off there again, of course, still being in our new moon energy. Mic's still on. Getting rejected off there. We need to see how Bitcoin holds this area, but like I says, it's much healthier for it to actually retest here. But I'm just a little nervous about this area because there's not been a lot of trading happening there. This is why, or the only reason why, I'll potentially entertain the top of this parallel line, probably at minimum maybe, or basically this trading zone. Price may want to retest this zone if we cannot hold this 51 to 53k Bitcoin. And keep in mind, we need to solidify eventually this support. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'd like to say, oh yeah, a wick to the top of this, but if we're going to fully retest this trading cluster, that means we'll come back into this parallel channel. Basically, where we'll sit in it, I don't know, but really we just need to see how price holds up there. So let me go on the daily and put the moons on, because Bitcoin doing Bitcoin is going to move the rest of the market, so we spend the most time on here. Poor XRP. Are the moons on? Yeah. So, excuse me. Just neaten this up just a little bit. There we go. So yeah. So here you can clearly see we done a break. We broke through this zone and retest. We clearly got rejected off this level. There was no, like sometimes when it's a new moon, no moon, price likes to pull up to it, get rejected and come down, but it didn't do that. It's actually been lower than where I thought. Could we come up to this zone? It's come lower, which I said, oh, may not be the best. However, this retracement is actually healthy. And because on the daily we are underneath all of these moving averages, we're actually underneath both of the 200 moving averages for our EMAs and SMAs. So that to me is just showing a bit of sign of weakness as well. and it may just need to do a little bit more before it can fully recover. So that's why seeing this as a break and retest, it's important to obviously see how price responds at this 57 to 58k. Yeah, well, 57 to 59k, bit of an open gap. But if we can't hold that, if we get rejected again off of the EMAs and SMAs, all that's going to do is push us down back to this level for price to actually fill out with an actual candle instead of a wick, and to play with this area. Because like I says, we've got this trading cluster, but seeing it on the daily, you can still see there's a little support there, but it's not a lot. So Bitcoin could well entertain here, solidify its support, and then continue up. But if we cannot hold 51 to 53k, we are most likely at least touching the top of this parallel channel at 47k. Now, I'll be okay with a 47k Bitcoin, like 100%, if we're going to retest like the lower sides of this trading cluster, then we are hitting that 40k. Oh gosh, 40k, maybe even 39. So I don't really want to entertain those prices yet. I just want to see how price responds to this 51 to 53k. If we cannot 46, we're definitely going to touch 46, and it may even be that 40 region if we can't hold 46. So keep that in mind. There's definitely more room to the downside. It's coming, it just needs to, price needs to find its support. So keep that in mind for Bitcoin. And I feel that that's it. The moving averages is just clearly saying it needs to go down a little bit more. Let's check the MACD. So we are beginning to turn, I guess. This redness may begin to slow down, but in this slowing down, it may still give us that slight deeper correction. So it's going to be interesting where this full moon, comes in. Will it come in here, and will we stay at this above 50k, or will it come in more around this zone? So definitely more downward momentum coming. I'm seeing manipulation because even the DXY has gone down as well. So we're still going to take a look at the DXY. Excuse me, my throat is just a little bit. We're still going to take a look at the DXY, but there's definitely manipulation happening here. But because of these moons and stuff, it makes sense it needed to do something like that anyway. I feel a deeper correction is just a more healthier bull run, basically. So I'm open for that. I'm open for Bitcoin reaching these prices. So yeah, but that's basically all I'm seeing for Bitcoin. This video shouldn't be too long. So yeah, just looking at the 4 hour though, just seeing how it could act in its immediate future. You can clearly see it's still recovering from this break that it's doing, and it's still doing its retest. There's still a little bit of upward momentum. It can go definitely on the RSI for the 4 hour. But that upward momentum could bring us up, and we could get rejected again and then come down. Oh, confirmation cough. Sorry, I do not sound ladylike today. I do not, but that's okay. But yeah, just this isn't a solidified support. Just look at it. So it needs to do something more, whether that's a double bottom, triple whatever, to confirm this level, or we're going to get rejected a little bit higher, because we're still in our resistance level, we're still in our new moon, and then break past this zone. But like I says, looking on a larger time frame, on the monthly, this could literally be a wick down, and it's just brought back up again in the month of July. Okay, like the end of July, getting ready for this basically. So I am seeing volatility in the month of July, but the bulk of it more to the downside for it to confirm its support level. and then onwards and upwards. You see, it would have been a different story if this new moon was higher and it actually pulled the price up. It would have created a different story, but because it was lower, it's just telling me this support level, and because it hasn't fully formed a good pattern, it just may be a bit lower. Yeah, hoping wise, you shouldn't really hope like that, but being hopeful, I'd say this level, but being probably a bit more realistic, um even if it's a wick, just confirming it at that high 47k, basically 47k Bitcoin, especially if we cannot hold 51 to 53k. So keep an eye out for 51, 53. If we test that level again, and if we fail to hold it, we are going down to 47. So XRP and the hizzy. XRP. So like I says with the XRP as well, I gave these two white lines because they're quite strong support and resistance zones, and I said like it clearly broke out of this parallel channel. It clearly did. It's done it obviously a bit in the past, but it's more wicks than pretty much a whole candle being out of it. However, I was just like, if we are to break out of this parallel channel, this 41 zone will be something we'll definitely come to. We've clearly wicked below it. However, we have been brought back up, anticipating obviously price solidifying its support level. Like anticipating in that. Excuse me, I need to really cough. Oh gosh. And the mic's still on. Thank you for your patience. But what am I saying? I feel when this full moon comes in, XRP basically may find its support on this zone, because Bitcoin potentially is going to have just a slightly deeper correction. Nothing too extravagant unless like it's a black swan event, but we'll see. But because Bitcoin may have that retest, I feel XRP may hold this level at 41 cents. It's obviously wicked a bit lower, but we'll see how it holds this level. Will the full moon come in, and will we just rest on there? Again, it's just looking like a very clean and neat. Oh, my throat is not the best today. This is a clean and neat break and retest it's trying to do. You know what I mean? So we clearly broke through this level. I says we were trading underneath it, and it would have been better if we got on top of it, but no, we clearly got rejected off it. There's the moon. We got rejected off it, and we've come down to this level, and still on the daily, because I was on the W time frame before, but looking at it on the daily, we're so close to this when it comes to an actual candle. So that's interesting. I do feel, where could it go if it goes lower than that? Let's put something in. When I first did my videos, I did a lot of this line chart, and actually when I'm doing like a new chart, I always go to the line. So let's just go for it right now. Put in a line. Where could be the next place if we drop lower? Horizontal line, fat white line is screaming here. Basically, I'll probably say that that's a conservative spot. 36 cents XRP. Like, I'm open for that. I'm not gonna lie, even if, though we've had a deeper correction, we're just going to have to look left and see the last lowest point. So it's obviously, I'm gonna say here at, what's this, 36? Yeah, 36 cents. Place where I put the line, silly, come on. This was lower, and this was obviously lower. So what price has done since summer 2022 is create slightly higher highs. Now, that was basically what it was semi doing up until this point, and we were still on that higher high until now. So all of this kind of becomes invalidated, would I say? You can kind of write it off, not fully, but in terms of the higher highs. So the last point technically is here. So right now, this would be its next higher low, not higher high, higher low, sorry. So we've had our low in, and wherever price wants to solidify with this full moon energy, ideally we want it to be higher than this point. We want it to be higher than this point. We don't really want this move here to be invalidated, but if so, as long as we're higher than this point, what, 33 cents? Because otherwise we're just like, it's price discovery to the downside. We're just discovering more of the downward momentum. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bit more realistically, because XRP, when it's ready, can kind of just hold itself. It's like trading so low or so close to here, so to say, but it may be able to hold itself on this level and not break through. However, if it does break through, that's probably the lower end that we'll go to. But here, this 39 level is definitely a next level as well. So if we fail to hold this, what's this? Oh yeah, we're going a little bit lower, people. See, this is why I like to look at the line chart. This is why I like to look at the line chart. I actually prefer it more than the candles. I only like to look at the candles when it's seen, okay, this is price opening, closing, and just the body of it, but just seeing the standard movement of price and the pattern. Remember, I'm very right brained, but the pattern, just this alone, just looks like it's ready to come down another leg. Okay, just on the line drawing. That's what it seems like. I don't feel it's going to be like a double bottom here. I feel we may break through here, especially if Bitcoin makes that leg lower for price to solidify its bottom. And I'm going to say it's this 39 cents region, especially if we're not holding this 41 to 42 cents. If we break through that, we're going to 39. It would be amazing if we hold this level, because that would keep us with our higher highs. So if we can hold this level, though all of this has been invalidated, or this point at least we would keep this one. Okay, so if we create one here, we're creating a higher low, which will be good. Again, XRP is very suppressed. It's very suppressed, and I'm just gonna say, whenever it finishes off its full moon finding support, the first thing I want to see is it trading back inside of this parallel channel. So the moment we've confirmed our support clearly, for a sign of strength, I'd like to see it come in back up into this parallel channel, basically, because right now it is underneath all of the moving averages. Well, that's on the W time frame. Let's get back on the daily. Yep, it's underneath them all, similar to Bitcoin. So we're taking just another leg lower. So yeah, there's amazing buying opportunities, basically. But that is what I am seeing. Yeah. MACD, we're barely touching the red. Like, look, this is so weak. It's so weak. We're more red may come. We're just in low territory over there. Again, this RSI, we've been rejected. Will we come back down lower? It's fascinating. Do you want to know why? It's going to be interesting to see how the RSI plays out on the daily, because I am anticipating a deeper correction. However, RSI wise, we may not be as low as this point, but price may get a little bit lower, if you know what I mean. So price may be lower, but the RSI may not be as low as this point. And if that does happen, that would be great, because it's giving a bullish divergence So that would be great anyway. So that's what I'm seeing basically for this cycle going up, leading up into our full moon, following the next cycle, pretty much the next few cycles of July. I don't like to use the word week, but you know what I mean. I'm just seeing more downward momentum. Okay, more downward momentum for price to solidify its support, its new support level. So let's just take a look at the DXY. And you know, actually, before the DXY, total crypto market cap trading view. I need to save one of them. Oh, and it's doing the same thing. It's very similar. It's very similar. Um, Maybe in my next video I'll do the actual technical analysis for it. Would you be up for that? Do you lot want to draw all of the patterns and stuff and find the trend lines for the total crypto market cap? But I just wanted to have a sneak peek of it. It's obviously doing the same thing. I feel it's still healthy though. We're coming back to retest this. Oh, we retested this, so that is healthy. You can see it's still pointing down. So crypto market cap may literally just come and retest this level again to confirm its support. But it did do a retest of this zone. So I do feel that it's a healthy move that's happening right now. Yeah, it really is healthy. Even though it's looking red. When there's blood on the streets, that's when it's time to get involved, I guess. But yeah, let's take a look at the DXY and then we'll come to a close. And I can blow my nose. Oh, sure. GGXY. So the dollar was going down. You know what I mean? The dollar was going down. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, I did anticipate it going down anyway. But because it's like it kind of threw me off that crypto as well as this was going down. So I was a bit like, oh. But anyway, seeing on the MACD, we're getting ready to enter into the red territory. We've clearly had like some deep correction time. Oh my nose. I'm anticipating a little relief with what it's done. We could get that relief and then get rejected round about this level and then make another leg down. So that's a possibility. As we have just come down, 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 there may be some relief coming and more downward momentum again, if anything. Um, yeah, like I don't know if it will span over the daily for a whole like retest and then rejection and then back down again. Um, or shorter. But just simply looking at this, like I said, for the bigger, the macro scale of things, it's good that this created a lower high. So it is showing a bit of weakness, which ultimately means crypto will have some strength. So it's clearly just broken through this level. So we just need to see a retest potentially, and then rejection, and then coming down. So within this crypto and stuff, them finding their support level could be the dollar just confirming this zone, this 105, as its resistance level. And that could be crypto finding its true support level. And then when getting rejected, and this could take the entire month, it may come back down a little, come down a little more when the market's open and then go up, and then we'll see how it goes. Let's take a look at the 4 hour though. But relief is needed. Relief is needed for sure. Yeah, so we are quite oversold on the 4 hour, so and we're getting supported by the luminary moving averages. So relief could come in a little bit, but we're getting squished by all of these. So even if it has that little relief or tries to just hold this zone, I am seeing the dollar being weak as well. It's gonna be weak this cycle. It's gonna be weak this week, but yeah, I'm seeing the dollar just being weak. Only because it's low, it may try and recover, but it's underneath all of these. So it's just downward momentum. Its next zone is here, 104, after being rejected. Yeah, 104. in between that. So that's basically it. That's basically it, lad. I'm just seeing weakness across the board. I'm just seeing blood across the board, red across the board. Um, so get ready, I guess. It's definitely doing this little dip down to get ready to eventually turn into orange. You see that jump up as it turns into orange. That could be this July momentum. So that's why I'm not gonna be surprised if when we get to the end of the month, we're just seeing that candle having a wick to the downside, but more upward momentum. Whether that's for Bitcoin anyway, retesting its all-time highs at 72 or slightly passing it. But I am seeing upward momentum getting ready for July after it's finished and found and solidified its support. But that's basically it for this video. Do make sure you grab this calendar. Help you go out if you would like to. There's discounts. Do like the video, subscribe. Help me get out there, people. I generally would like to grow. Yeah, I generally would like to grow. I put in so much effort and time, so please share this video if you feel it would help anyone. Help the algorithm, get me out there so you girl can, you know, I enjoy doing it. But anyway, let me not ramble on. I will see you in the next video. Crypto Angles podcast number 65. Yay. I'll see you then. Anyway, Angel out. Bye.